All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to y'all. Happy to be here once again on stream here for everybody. Have some fun here before the Canadian Thanksgiving festivities. It started for me personally here today. Don't got anything going on till the afternoon, so still keep the regularly scheduled stream, but it is going to be with a little bit of a special portion once we get to the actual arena ranked gameplay style. Of course, with it being Thanksgiving, most people are off cooking turkeys and whatnot. However, today I'm going to be trying my best to cook up some strategies with my favorite Illuvium bird, the Kukka. This is going to be really strange though. Of all the compositions I play, like I play a lot of Scion, I play a lot of Bunker, I play a lot of like Magma with a ton of Bulwarks. One thing that I've honestly not given a good honest try to is for anything heavy on air. So this is going to be really weird for me. I am not going to know the matchups or the positioning based off of anything more than what I've been watching during these IPL broadcasts. I personally have not gotten the opportunity to actually pilot it myself, so this is going to be weird once we get there, but a fun little experiment of sorts. See if we can get our Thanksgiving bird of the Kukka to cook us up some wins here. Just quickly double checking everything, making sure that everything is operating as intended. YouTube, you're good. Twitch, it looks like you're good. And X, are you good? You are good as well, question mark? Yes, there we are, perfect. Of course, I have the chat rooms open on all platforms, so it does not matter where you are. If you want to come say hi and make a comment or cuss me out, by all means, you absolutely can, regardless of which platform you happen to be on. But if you're just happy just sitting and chilling, it's not like I'm not obligating or forcing you to make any comments in the slightest. I'm just happy you're here. But kind of inspired, like first and foremost, I had this idea like a little bit going ahead with the Thanksgiving Kukka thing. I had this idea for a couple of days prior, but one thing that did definitely set it off here for me personally was seeing what High Nostalgia did during the IPL this past weekend, where they were running a 6 air, 5 shocks composition, which of course you need components to do that. And the meme on the stream here has been that shock has been a trap. Anytime I see somebody go for it, they basically get destroyed. It relies so heavily on early rolling that they get trapped. And by the time they find, if they even find, multiple shocks, is usually too little too late to get into the squeeze, or the squiz, way too late in the game. It took so much time to get those early game units that they couldn't get the main carry at the end. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but with High Nostalgia as inspiration, that's very well could be a starting point here for Shock, maybe. Granted, the one thing to note, though, that round in general was on Shard Bluff, that game. So very well could also be an instance where maybe Shock is just that good if you have legendary augments. That is absolutely something that could be the case. But of course, before we actually get into the arena, I'm going to do my usual trip down Illuvium 0. I've got a bunch of scanners and research labs ready to cook here, or not ready to cook, but ready to be completed. Let's do that here now. Very quickly. See, do we get sent to the Shadow Realm today when I try this? No, other than my glasses, when I'm looking sideways, it's weird. So, just don't look sideways, look forward. Yeah. But of course, if I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the chat. And making sure everything's okay. Okay, so I'm not going to take too much longer here, but of course, for my first 4 lands that I have acquired, I have research, I have scans all cooked up and good to go. I'm not going to waste too much time. No real main project in mind here for this first plot. Just trying to get some blueprints for some higher tier Illuvials. And then, I guess the main goals for scanning is in regards to completing the lynxes. I have one on these first 3 plots that I'm going to go over. I have one tier 5 scanner, which could of course get basically anything in the game. And then everything else is tier 2, which is going to go as high as all the fully evolved lynxes, because I've got all of the tier 1s already on each plot. There is a chance that each individual plot could still randomly get a tier 1, if that plot in particular didn't get it, but the goal is for lynxes. So without further ado, let's see if we get some. Let's go for the blueprints first. So this is for Riptorus, fight, Ram fight. Not this time. Ramfy. Not this time. Lolalfy. I'll take a little fact, though. And then one more time here for Riptorus. There we go. We got a suit, actually, for it. That is what we like to see here. Starting things off right. First plot, first biodata. And this is for Aerocloak. So, as per usual, got it here somewhere. Yes, let's bring that back here. Riptorus. And this was Aerocloak. We now have that on the list. So this now means that I've got suits for Riptorus. Now I just need some drones, and that could very well be a project that I can make for a skin for myself. And the Riptorus and Riplance skins, from what I remember, both look phenomenal. So I'd actually love to be able to pick that up. And love to be able to make it myself. Yes, I know, I could probably go onto the marketplace and buy it for a couple cents. But there's no fun in that now, is there? At least not to me personally. And I'm not extremely rushed to get said skin. So that's my justification. Okay, so scanners, we're looking for lynxes. Let's see if we get lucky here today. Oh, how appropriate! How appropriate that we find the Kukaloos on this plot for Thanksgiving Day. That's too funny. Could not have planned that. I do have Kukaloos already on another plot, so going to just keep going for now. Not going to end up finding anything on this first one, but that's actually kind of funny. Okay, next plot, I have 4 out of 5 scanners and 5 research labs. In terms of projects, similar situation to the first plot, where there is no one thing in particular that I'm looking for. But let's just see what we can find. Blueprints. Fern, are you going to find anything? Nothing. Dash. No dice. Rake. No dice. Mammoth. No dice. And Squeeze. We got a fact. That's alright. Now, same idea with the scanners, just the 4 of them though. Let's see. Not this time. Not this time. Nope. And nope. So the green squad, or Abyssal Base, are not going to find anything this time, but that's a-okay. How about Shard Bluff? Shard Bluff, we have 5 out of 5. Let's see how we do. Once again, similar idea in terms of the research labs. How about Squeeze? Anything? Not this time. Scarabok, I need 1 more drone to complete the set. Not gonna find it today. Arctase, not gonna find ya. Ramfy. Nope. And how about Jotun? Not today. Scanner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No shots on anything here from Shard Bluff either. So, unfortunate. Our final one, though, that does have some possibility of finding some biodata or some research. I currently have my newest plot here. It is cooking up drones for the Axon. Try and complete the set there. How do we do? First one, not gonna find it. How about number 2, 3, 4, and last but not least, number 5, not gonna find them this time, but that is okay. Scanners, though. How about that? Can we find some tier 1s? This one is all for tier 1s today. And we're gonna get skunked out. So unfortunately, other than finding Kukka and that's Riptorus blueprint, we do end up getting shut down a little bit here today. But that is okay. At the end of the world, set a couple of these research labs off for Kukka. Figure appropriately so for Thanksgiving. And let's do these last two as armor, just in case we happen to get lucky and score a drone skin and an armor skin. I'd complete, or I would have a combo for that alluvial right off the rip. Alright. I'm quickly going to just take a look at my final 2 plots here, where it's a progress, or a work in progress rather. I am currently trying to get this one up to Nexus 7 as fast as I possibly can, but I am a little bit short in terms of storage space to really be able to get that one happening. I'm just going to quickly collect these resources and move on for now. I am going to worry about that a little bit later. And last but not least, this one I'm actually going to be using for a video. I'm going to try, and I'm counting to see how long does it take for me to start a plot from scratch to getting its first blueprint. There'll be eventually a video out of that for this one. But it's still in its collecting phase, so not quite there just yet. Here, let's chill in Basin for a little bit while I fix up Illuvium for the in-game portion, or for the arena portion here of today's stream. Flew through that Illuvium 0 portion here today. But it just means it's more time to cook with the Kukka. Let's see how we can pull this off. Considering it's a Kukka-themed day, it might have been more appropriate that I was in Brightland Steps. But this is an awesome screenshot, I like it. Alright. Yeah, as we load up here, just talk, I suppose, about IPL, because IPL 250, of course, coming on through, and for the first time here in the Illuvium Pro League, we did get to see a repeat back-to-back winner, with I'm a Fishy taking 2 weeks in a row. Find the IPL 1000, now the IPL 250 right after the fact. That is absolutely crazy to see, especially in a game that, like, a lot of people will complain, say it's sometimes just an RNG fest. One, I've been in Hearthstone. I know it's definitely not as bad as it could be. And 2, then why do we find a lot of the same people at the top every single week? So that's interesting to see, and good on I'm a Fishy to be absolutely killing it all season, and then finding the 2 wins here back to back. And then interesting to see too, there was a newer player to Illuvium the first time that I had saw them in game anyway, and they made it all the way to grand finals and placed rather well as Zabrojson. I did not, or I was not aware of who they were that entire broadcast. It wasn't until after the fact that it was made clear to me that, oh yeah, Zabrojson, that's a TFT pro. So he picked up the game in like a week and is now in a grand final. That is terrifying, but really cool at the same time. Let's go back to... Oh, that's not what I wanted. A little bit of scuff, we're doing it live. Let's go back down here. Illuvium, where art thou? There you are. Perfect. This isn't my playlist. Anytime I hear lyrics, I realize something is wrong. Yeah, it switched over to something completely different. Let's fix it a little bit. Start somewhere and go from there. Yeah, that was really strange. Oh, I didn't have the loop on. My bad. That would do it. But alright, so yes, Illuvium Arena, so it is Turkey Day. We're going to be using Happy Thanksgiving. This is a team that I basically came up with a little bit. So this is based heavily on getting air quick. It's heavy on getting shock quick. And then having Dadafisto as kind of my late game carry for things later on. This isn't, I don't think, exactly what my new Stology played. Could be wrong. Maybe it was, but basically started off with the 6 airs and then getting 3 shock. You need the Ranger to get the 4th one. And then from there, I just tried to kind of match up some synergies so we do at least get something going here. And then, of course, it's me. I'm going to throw a links into everything if possible. But it probably ends up getting sold a little bit later on down the road. So I've got that marked. We're going to try and see if we can make this work. If I lose a bunch of rating today, that's fine. I do not care. I'm just here to have some fun here with the Kukka or the Kukka. And who do we get in our lobby here? We have a bunch of new faces to me personally, with the exception of Luix. And Tubek I've played with before, I do believe. Seem fuzzy, or seem a little bit sparkly, a little bit more than normal. Here, let's see if I can. Might have done the trick. If I all of a sudden go into the Shadow Realm, you know why. I'm just fighting with my green screen. Good morning, Texan. How are you doing? Sorry that it took me a few minutes to see your message, but I'm happy you're here. Thanks for joining. This is going to be so weird. I'm so used to bunkering up units or playing in a corner or something along those lines. Or just going extremely heavy water, spreading everything out, and then relying on scions. Focusing on air here today is going to be so foreign to me, but we're going to try our best to make it work here. Tiger Boreal, the region, so everything drone augment wise is stage 3. That is quite nice. The Lynx is actually an air Lynx, so this is absolutely a way that we can go here today. You just got in lobby 2, lost some points today. It happens, you'll get them back. One of those mornings, but I'd say okay. Yeah, so we've got the air links here as a possibility that can be thrown in. However, I still do want to highlight the Kukka. So if I mean, I'm still early rolling anyway, so I don't have to necessarily change my strategy that much. So I'd still be rolling heavy at level 5. So maybe it just kind of works out that way. Component-wise, they're giving me a little bit of everything, so not really helping boost my Kukka Lux for now, but I'm definitely a little short-handed in terms of the tankiness. Look at everybody to cuddle over there. Oh yeah, right, I need T-Ruse. I usually never go for these things, so seeing it on my bench is just, What would normally be a pass, I actually want to grab immediately. Big thank you to the team planner in the Illuvium. Hey, this is a part of your team comp. So that's kind of funny. Which, in true silent fashion, looks like I'm having lag spikes once again. Hopefully that gets fixed this week. Still waiting on the contractor to contact me. We can finally get that situated. I know it's been like a month. Oh, we're cooking now. So, getting air weapons is definitely amazing. Personally, I normally go for the lance, but with getting the... Oh, this might actually be a good choice. So, I will go for bow. Because in theory, I would want to pair it up with shock. Just temporarily, actually, no. We do something like this. Might be stupid, but it might be kind of fun. Let's play around. We're experimenting here. Get the ranger out of the way into a nice, safe position until I could finally Omega and go in for a little kill shot of sorts. Where it dives all the way down to where the Blue is, but keeps shooting all the way near the top. Still got to deal with that Valente. The Valente's going into the Rue, so that's alright. Me. There we go. Weapons-wise, what's everybody doing? Oh, I'm gonna... Okay. Empath may not be a bad idea, but again, I'm not really getting a healer anytime soon, so that kind of shuts down that idea for me personally. Energy regen's kind of nice, but so is the attack speed. Oh, I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna go for regen just because it's what I'm naturally used to. May not have been the right move, but we'll try and make it work. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of experimentation here today. And of course, I do welcome all sorts of strategic talk. If I'm doing something wrong, by all means, let me know. At the end of the day, this is me trying to learn here. I never play air. I never focus the Kukka. But no better day to do it than now here on Canadian Thanksgiving. Yeah, so Star Atlas pushed my rear end rather badly. If we can move some of our Illuvials around here. Maybe bring the... Instead of the... Or this is an air fleet, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I kind of want to keep it. Bring you down here. Just do something like this, I think, for now. Something like this. The Rue and Ranger will take care of the Flish nice and quick. Mine's gonna get focused down as well, and actually, while this battle is going down, what do we have in terms of comps? One person's heavy focusing, or not heavy focusing things, just the one person has the stage 2. Gonna lose that one again here as well, it looks like. But one other air weapon, one other fire weapon. I don't see any obvious signs of somebody pushing for shock, so this could be... Oh. And with it being an NPC round, I will pause for just a second. It is going to be... I'm going to play this basically exactly like my Lynx comp, but I'm just not going to focus on the Lynxes themselves. So, level 5 out of the carousel. Roll and see how far along we can get here. So it's Rise, T-Roos, even Rhodas and Revos I can take as well. I haven't found like any of them on the bench so far here really in this one. It's slightly concerning. Can I find something here on the carousel? There is a Rye there. And I am not last pick. I could really care less about the nature imprint, but better than nothing, I suppose. Oh, I can go for the one with the attack damage. There we go. That I care a lot more about, to be honest. So, I didn't even see that second Rye. Hopefully this is our opportunity to kickstart. Optimally, I probably should have leveled up once to get level 5, so I'm level 5 immediately out of the carousel. Now I have this first shop that's going to probably have a bunch of tier 0s in it, which is going to hurt. Oh, it does give me Rhoda. I'll take Rhoda. Okay. Let's go. Kukka, there you are. A little early for the mammoth. Let's see. Rye, Rue. Do something like this to give us temporary berserker. Hyper Force, can I get that over to Rye in time? No, I'm a little too slow on this one. So, obviously my fault there. Let's go for the damage and Omni. And while this is happening, obviously I'm a little bit slow. But let's see how these next couple go. Rye. There's just so much that you have to go for here in these early rounds trying to go for the strategy. And I could absolutely be doing this out of order, or doing it too soon. But let's see how this goes here. The squad was still able to hold the line even though I did not have an efficient team and the slightest. Okay, so you can then become a Templar. Let's have Templar buddies. Let's move this over to Rye for now. Give you some Omnivamp, why don't we? Can I give third? Maybe do something like this for now. I should absolutely not be using a Flish instead of a here. Something like that. I did just force myself to lose 4 air to try and get that Lynx in, so maybe that wasn't wise. But again, I'm still trying to figure out how to properly pilot this composition style. Which, as of right now, we're winning, but I mean, I spent a lot of credits to get to where I am right now, so I better be winning, otherwise I'm doing something extremely wrong. Because if I'm not careful, I'm going to get snowballed on, and this is not going to end well here for me. Kukka! Alright. The star of the show here today. Hey. Lynx is going to be more of a tank than anything, I feel like, in this instance. That was the wrong button. Shoot, okay. A little bit more towards my composition. I'm actually going to sub out subbed out the 1 Lynx, even though it's powerful and I want to be using it right now. I do want the 4 air because I technically don't have a tank line, so I need to dodge. And in this instance here, so far I'm seeing a lot of dodges. Squad is doing very well. Kukaloose is hanging on. There we go. The bird is doing work here with the rest of the squad. Just a matter of dealing with this Tianti. And so far, I'm not going to lie, this is pretty fun. But I'm just waiting for the moment where it starts to snowball against me. We'll see. I don't want to be riding too much of a high here. The execution or the lifesteal. I feel like the Omnivamp can clutch out games, but at the same time, Executioner's really good too. Let's try Executioner. There's another Rye. There's 1 more Lynx. No. No. And we got a Rue. I'm not too concerned about getting stage 3 Revo, or I'm not worried about Gyro in particular. So maybe I can try to cool the jets here to do that in this instance. Kukka and Rye kind of getting focused down here. Rye's not going to be able to really dodge too much, but at least the Kukka can. Get a stun on somebody, please. There we go. Ranger's here for the extra execution. Now it's starting to really show its feathers here. Revo coming in, cleans up the one. Little charm, buy me some time. And we will clutch out this one. And I only make a big deal about this because I don't ever play air. So I'm really trying to learn something new here today. And at the same time, ooh, we're gonna take that, absolutely. See how long I can end up doing with it. So, Bry, you can now become air. Become immune. Highest attack speed ally? Maybe you can give me some attack speed? So now coming out of this next round, there is the potential to go to level 6, but by going to level 6, that does reduce my chances at finding tier 1s by 10%. And I look like I'm the only one building the bird currently. We're gonna get 6 air extremely quickly, so I could even modify my current team to maybe not be so air reliant and just use chips instead. So yeah, there we go. Bam, we have 6 air. Extremely quickly. Let's see, thank you, Birdo. Health. With a reset, let's try the reset. I don't think I'm gonna have space here to actually pull off. Do I want to level up one more? Do I have another fire? No. Let's just roll here. Through. Lynx is going to come play in the next turn here. That's going to be incredible. Kukka. And I'm going to pause at 10. I'm going to take the interest. I don't want to go too crazy here. Big stun right as that seer was about to start spinning. There's a chance we still lose this one, though. The Weeks is currently level 6. But fair enough. Okay, every third attack, that's fine. More Kukkas. We are right there. Now, I'd be absolutely throwing here if I did not put the links on and give the augments over to him for at least the time being. All the air in this one now. Again, does anybody else have bird? Does not really look like it. Vermilia was something I was interested in picking up as well, but it'd be more so as a tank role. There's one more Kukka. Let's see if I win the fight and don't have to sell anything right off the rip. Okay, the Link's immediately shredding the Chikondi pretty low. These dodges are absolutely infuriating, I can only imagine here. Yeah, we're going to take this one. I can grab the Kukka. Don't have the money here for the flare. It's probably the best, like, fire, or it is the best fire tank that I can snag, but not necessarily in a position to snag it just yet. Where are the Rise? We have 1, 2, just the 2, looks like. Are they actually, like, going hard for them, though? Doesn't look like it. And we're on the draft deck. Oh! This ain't good. Very, very awkward. There's a... Oh, let's see. If I'm second, I'm probably here. Okay. And then... go. Obviously, I have no idea what I'm doing in this instance. I'm just spraying and praying. Okay, I'm I'm gonna have to actually reset the game, it looks like here. I did not get a very, very good augment either. Squiz is absolutely one that I do want to have on the squad. You know what? Might not be the time here for that. Killer. I'm going too slow. Get the job done. Quickly let this battle play out, and then I want to get my squeeze on the field, then I'll reset. I should have a strong enough team that they can hold around here for me. Another squiz. Oh gosh, okay. Normally don't see these so often so quickly, but I will absolutely take that. Okay, squeeze can play. Anytime now. There we are. You can come play. You can bind. Give you air as... Or technically already air, right. Okay, right. And of course the Vermilias are going to tease me here, it looks like. Okay, we are absolutely shredding, so let me reboot this here. Yeah, trying to view other players' benches while the draft deck is about to happen does seem to provoke some crashes here and there, unfortunately. So, we'll fix that real quick. Just takes a quick reboot here to get done. Optimally, we had a pretty sick squad. We already have 6, if not 7, air units on board. We do have Shock now here. Now it's just a matter of finding more of them. It's leaving me very, very broke. I do not have much in terms of credits at all. Let's see how this goes. Just booting it up now. There we go. You can see, like, this comp is definitely strong early. Just how long will this last? I'm waiting for the point where I just start getting snowballed upon. Because I know even still, I'm like level 6 compared to a lot of these players that are going on level 7 and level 8 now. Alright, did we hold the line? On Omega Omnivamp. Yes, please. Kukka, hello there. We did win our last couple rounds, so we're doing good in that regard. The air-wise, things are fine. Synergy. Do I need another air? No, but I can use fire, I think, to buff up one more later on down the road. Don't know where I got the Archie, but I'd like to be able to sell it. Or I will sell it as soon as I can. Little baby Shocks coming on through. Definitely a tough one. The Boris is causing us a big, big issue. Ranger versus the other bird in this game here. Forus, this is looking a little bit nasty. We do get Omnivamp, but it is not going to be enough to deal with that Forus. Okay. More attack speed? And there is the bird. Okay, so as intended, Kukalus, or Kukaraf, is going to be the fearless leader of the squad. End up in a position similar to this. For this one, in this instance in particular, let's try to protect it at least a little bit. You can have that, even though we're technically not running any heals at the moment. Archie can finally be sold. And in terms, well, let's wait for this fight to go through. Kukulus being the quarterback of the squad. We got that additional attack speed from our drone augments, and we have additional attack speed thanks to our alluvials augments. We have a super turkey. It is actually still the Lynx leading the damage, but if we go up against a tankier squad, the Kukaraf will absolutely snowball a little bit harder. Ranger doing a good job as well. We do have Dust online as well, since the the Quinks is now here from the last couple rounds. A Rue. And there is another shock individual. The Rai Lee is here. How about the Rues? Can we find Rue? Nobody really intentionally goes for Rue. Okay, I'm going to find a Octius before I find a Rue. That's the kind of game I guess we're getting here today. Why not? There is the Rue. I need you back as soon as possible. I just got rid of my Dust, though. I panicked, and yeah, that was a mistake. But let's see how it goes. 4 shock with the 6 air. Let's see if we can make this happen. Look how much that just zapped the back line. One more time. I need some Octius Omega power pronto. In fact, I could probably get rid of it off of my my Lynx. The team comp is here, but they're getting some more units and later stage units. So now I really need to start leveling up as soon as I can. Still leading this lobby, but not for long. Yeah, this person's level 8, I'm level 6, so that's the big difference, and they have some rather big units. So a slight mistake there, but let's see, we've got the super turkey. Mission complete. I've got the 4 shock with it. Okay, let's level up. Okay, Revo, come back so I can get my Dust back. That was a mistake that I did not do properly in the last one. Octius, you can take the Omega power. You can take it off of my Rai as well. This actually gives you a little bit of Omega power too, if I recall correctly. Yep, it's scrapping for... We're going for scraps here, really trying to just get whatever we can, but I mean, we'll take it. Backline goes here. Lynx, you inadvertently... You might be a fighter, but you inadvertently end up being the tank in this situation. Let's see how this goes. Able to at least delete the one. Look at that shock. 4 shock does so much damage. There we go. Rai's gonna get completely deleted. Kukaraf is here, but it does have that snowballing takedown. What used to be the Mendo skeleton. So that every time it gets a takedown, it heals. And oddly enough, that might actually pair up here with the augment that my Lynx has. Was not intentional. I did not do that with that in mind, but it might be helping me here a little bit. I do have 1 red augment already, so I want to see if I can snag another. And the highest cost alluvial with that is going to be this Hetty. So I will pick that up. There was only the 1 magic augment or Omega cell there, so as much as I want to get my Octius to a snowballing potential, I can't really do that right now. This actually gives the clumsy, but I am the only one, I think, running air. Should I just go for damage? And crit, maybe? Let's just try and go for the damage in this instance here. I'm pretty certain I'm the only one running any sort of air. Clumsy's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that worked out. The support crates. I think we just go for shield in this instance because I'm not really bunched. Okay, Heady can go down. Another support crates. On Omega. Or 3 closest. Let's try and see how we can do here. So if I have these guys kind of surrounded like this, and I end up giving this 3 closest allies, which would make it these 3. You get shielded away. Holder's allies give heal, that's fine. Let's make you air as well. Now you're shocked, so you technically are air. I think the only thing that I completely screwed up was the fact that there's some rogues on this squad and I didn't really position for it. And maybe I can switch out the fire for the damage augment that my Lynx currently holds. And we still have the damage, and the only other player that I think had really anything air going on had that air Lynx gets taken down. There we go. So in that instance there, Octius led in terms of damage. Kukka was a little bit short, getting kind of chunked out early. Let's experiment. The 40% damage buff plus the damage amp or the fire? Let's see, let's try it and do a little bit of a better job of protecting Kukka. Through. Just have everybody have a party here on this, on the side here. I was a little slow really making that move though, so unfortunate. Damage is a little bit split up. That damage onto my Octius was definitely not pleasant, however. That Kukka just got absolutely shredded. My entire team just got shredded. There's a reason why Star Atlas is leading this lobby. That was devastating. And of course, with the way that fight went, I really can't use that as a very, very good example for the battle itself. What do I want to add? If I had some sort of fire support, that'd be huge, but I don't think that's going to be on the docket in this instance. Octius, just move away, but not so far away that you don't get the buff from the augment. I don't see a Sinolf in that squad, so I think I'm okay. Let's see how this goes. Alright, Octius, we need your shocks. Let's get rid of that Scoriox or the Furiox before it becomes a machine gun. Oh, we're close, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Alright, the late game pain train is coming on through here. I need to find an answer, and I need a tank of sorts, it seems. So I need to level up to have room for the tank. Who ends up really being the tank? Airbach, are you the answer? It might end up being the way to go. Going to roll everything down at this instance. Everything else that I can. Get Scarabok on here just for a little bit of extra defenses. Between the Earth buff finally being implemented onto the team and the Bulwark buff, everybody's going to be at least a tiny bit tankier, but it's not by much, so this is still going to be scary to try and deal with. These Sinolf blasts, thankfully, have not necessarily been where they need to be. Here versus Luix, we might be able to just hang on just by a thread. Yes, and the Quinks versus the Ranger. We're going to be able to hang on for one more round. Make it two since we have the PvE rounds coming on through. Definitely interesting. I'm still not sure really where to take. I'll have one more influx of credits after this PvE round. I mean, finding Gazatep would allow me to have Enchanter. It's something I've never played as well. For heals everybody around the middle. Had a rough idea of what it did, but I needed a reminder. All the augments are here. Do a blue and a red to try and maybe tank up Scarabok, or the Lynx maybe just ever so slightly. Try it. Heal resistances? Let's give that a try. Take air as well, so you actually can dodge some of these abilities coming at you. Fusion onto this one makes things interesting. Let's do the shields just specifically for the additional health. Or not the additional health, but the additional starting energy. I need to be rolling. Where is the Gazatep? Is it still here even? Oh, I just passed one. Clicking too fast here for my own good. Misplay on my part. But let's see. Up against the lobby leader. We're finally on the same level, but they do have a lot of tier 3 units. Let's see how this ends up going on through. Our Super Turkey is immediately going to be focused down. That's unfortunate. Octius and the Shock. That's what we need to come on through. It's all up to the Ranger versus 5. Nope, that's where we're going to fall. We're going to fall in what looks like 4th, maybe 3rd, depending on what happens to Luix. Waiting to see what ends up going on through here. It'd be pretty crazy if we got a podium the first time I ever played Air. And it is a 3rd. All right. Yes, you can see I've hardly ever used use. Let's please level up, everybody. Okay, so Luix did end up falling. That's all right. Interesting. I'll take it. I'll take it. I have one, maybe two more in the tank here in our time slot. We made it through our opening introduction so quickly that there is still more Illuvium to be played. But that was interesting. Like, I didn't feel comfortable at the fact that I was sitting on level 5 and level 6 for so long, but yet the team never felt weak, and I guess that is the perk of constantly rolling and leveling up your units, that you inadvertently do end up getting some strong units, but worked out. Got a podium out of it. But I can see that mid-game going into late game is somewhere that even with team compositions that I'm comfortable with, I have a hard time with. A lot of my games that I do end up podium or that I do end up winning usually do end up being because I snowballed so hard or I got such a great start that I'm just still barely enough ahead to, even though as that team composition is going to get weaker and the other players' compositions are going to get better, most of the time I'm able to kill them off before they get to that point. That's how a lot of my wins end up really happening, unless I do end up going like full Shotgun Scion with a Shotgun Water Scion where I get 8 waters and whatnot. Then that just goes into the late game and goes nuts, but very specific scenario. That was different, that was fun, I liked it a lot. It'll be a fun week, though. Today will be nice and chill after stream, of course, Canadian Thanksgiving, so I'll be taking majority of the day off once I'm done stream here today, but come Tuesday, I'll be doing a bunch of video editing as per usual. I have some ideas, I think, coming up in the pipeline here for longer form content. I know for my YouTube in particular, I have been borderline spamming out shorts as of late. Now that I've learned a better process of how to do shorts, it's been so much nicer. And what used to take me almost like an hour to do a short now takes me like 10-15 minutes. So I'm able to do it so much more efficiently and so much faster. But of course, I've got the Illuvium 0 from day 1 to blueprint. How long does that take? And one thing I just have to kind of get over myself for is, personally, I do want to make newcomer content for Illuvium. A handful of people have already done that, and I don't want to seem like I'm contesting them by any means. It's just something I want to give my take on as well. Because if one Illuvium creator is doing well, then it moves everybody up the chopping block, or not the chopping block, but it levels everybody up. That's why I personally see it anyway. Yeah, so I never want to make it seem like I'm in direct competition or just because I did something somebody else can't. No, by all means, that is not the case. Okay, this lobby, Lynx PQP, okay, that is a scary player, to say the least. Constant, or pretty consistent IPL veteran there. Then Stars Atlas, they just won the last game, I think, so definitely no slouch there either. This is very weird getting a Lynx so quick like this again. I don't know what it is about me being on stream and finding Lynxes, but this is yet another example of finding a stage 2 super quickly. It does kind of go against what I'm doing. It's not air-based, but maybe I can implement this nature Lynx in there. Especially since it's empath, so it would give me that other empath to work alongside Kukka. I need that Groko to body block here for my Lynx, but it's not going to end up happening. It didn't actually matter anyway. The auto attacks was enough. I don't think we win this one. Yeah, there it goes. Hey, weapon-wise, it does not look like they're going to make this easy here for me. It would have to be, I believe, the Fire Empath's staff. Which now gives me 2 empath already, so this does make it a little bit awkward. I mean, finding airs to at least put the shock on should not be a problem. Once I start finding them. as this battle's going down weapon-wise, anyone really contesting me for anything? Does not look like it. It's purely just an arrow edge. I think we're sitting pretty good here. The Link's keeping everybody topped off quite nicely. That's exactly how I like to see it. Okay. Water imprint we do not want. I'm not going for 5 bulwark likely. 0 units, no air imprint. There we go. That's a good start. Air imprint is probably the way to go. And there is the Birdo. There we go. With this, I can also throw air onto my tank to at least start getting a little bit of dodge rolling here. Psyforcer's clumped up. They do have the Lynx as well. But it's only going to be really healing the back line, while mine should be able to make it to my Groko. No, maybe it was just ever so slightly out of reach. That ever so slight nerf that they did to the range on that Empath Lynx actually might have just came in clutch here. And it's going to let Psyforcer take me out, it looks like. We'll get through the Groko, but I don't think we're going to make it through that back line. That Ranger alongside the Lynx is just going to make it so that nothing dies. Yeah. Rye we are going to need. Love to be able to get a fire stack here, but I think I'm just gonna end up waiting it out temporarily. I mean, the Lynx is in a good spot. My Kukka, however, is definitely not. It got cooked extremely quickly. Lynx gonna be short to follow. That is already a greater monk here. Really starting to put the hammer down here onto my squad. And at least with the build that I'm going, like, I don't really mind that people are going for earth or mud as much as if I was going for, say, like, my nature builds, for example. It's going to be scary, Star Atlas. I mean, they showed in that last game that they were absolutely terrifying to play against, so definitely see them more. Kukka is here. Rye is here. I can level up without going into the next, or losing my interest bracket. This would end up being the squad. I need T-Ruse. We need the Ruse to really start showing up soon, though. And then same game plan as last time. Once we get outside the carousel, we're going to roll. What can we get away with? As of right now, everything is on the board, but if anything, it's actually the Kukulus that is tested ever so slightly here by Tapao. Got lots of things on this board that I can go for, specifically the Winks. The Winks with tank. There's a Rye with tank. I think getting the shock is a little bit more important. Let's see if I can get to the Rye in time. I will be able to do so. It took with all my being to not just go towards the Lynx. I am trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to learn and try different things, okay? Rye is here. That is a lot of Chuko. Goodness. Get this situated. Heals right off the rip. Let's get you tanky. Let's actually make you tanky. I want you to be the super tank with even air. That is totally fine. Attack damage onto you. Rolling time. How do we do? There's a couple of the ones. There's the Rue. And there is Kukulus. They have arrived. Another Rue. There's another Kukka. Revo is here. Am I going to replace for Revo? Not right now. I'm a little slow. Ends there. I will pause temporarily at this level and not blow all of my credits just yet. And Rylu's somehow still alive in this one. That is surprising. Crushing that fight. Now I really got to min-max, though, with what I have available, because I've got a lot of decent units in this instance. Normally I keep the Groko for a long time, but I might even actually take that off the board. Double Rue all the way. Okay, so 1-for-1 that can be traded off, that's fine. Empath plus Fighter gives me Templar. So I can get the Templar buff on rather quickly here as well. I need Rue in here, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. Rue, replace, take the tank augment. Scrappy, but we'll get it done. While the fight's happening, I'm gonna go look. I'm not gonna worry about any more links here. Rue. The Lynxes are right there. They're really asking for it. Fry. Rue. Fry. More Lynxes. That's a lot of Lynxes. I honestly think I might be one away from each of my shocks. God, that's annoying. Okay. Barely found Kukulus at all in that rolling session as well. Had my mindset actually been towards getting Lynxes, it very well could have been a good time. Okay, so now I just gotta mitigate damage here until I do end up finding this. The stage 3s. 5/4. Everybody snuggle with the Lynx. Do something like that, I think. Yeah, the Lynx heal was too late to try and keep my Ranger or Rylu alive. Oh no, Rylu is still alive, my bad. It was the Revo that went down. Yeah, so unlike the other game where I was able to find lots of rolls, or after my rolling I was able to snowball into a lot of wins, it's not happening that way right now anyway. I don't think anybody's really hoarding any of the units I'm going for, so I'm just getting really unlucky, I feel like, here with just missing out on this stage 3. Okay, energy cost goes down. Missing health as... Damn. Go for... Regen? Hey, there's Kukka. I'm still gonna end up missing out. Boot. I'm gonna keep it all my guys back for the most part. I want to force his bunker to move. Hopefully splits them up a little bit. Yeah, so now the Archos isn't actually healing the back line. At least I don't think they are anyway. The one difference between this game and the last as well, too, is I don't have a Winx in this one. So I don't have anything to really mess with backlines as early as I did. I also had a lot of air chips in that first game. Meanwhile, this one's a little bit more of a bigger spread between fire and air. But it's okay, we can keep taking a couple of hits here. At the end of the day, your health is a resource, and the only amount that matters is if you have at least 1, or if you have 0. Okay, water? No. Bulwark? Normally I would. Omnivamp and attack damage? That definitely sounds good. I think we're probably going for that. And there is our first shock. Okay, there we go. Ow. I end up turning my guy into a Mystic inadvertently, but it is going to now allow me to have at least some shock rain down. I'm going to wait until the PvE round is done before I do anything, do any additional rolls. Because I am right there. I still just need 1 Rue. I need 2 Kukkas, and we would be there with our fully loaded tier 1s. Energy crates, what do you provide? Go for the one with Omnivamp. Okay. Let's see. We got the Rue. Beautiful. How do I even build at this point here? I want to give it to one of my fellas here. Something like this. You go here, you go here. Dive buddies. Like this. You stay back here. Kukulus, you quarterback the Riley. And level 6 will be on the horizon here in just a second. Let's see if we can get these 3 shocks some serious value. So far, so good. Gustavo, JJ, currently level 6, so he has a level on me, but I do have a ton of shock coming on through here. This is looking nasty, looking good. Kukuloo's still leading the charge here alongside the Riley. And it's actually, interestingly enough, the TB Ruko that did the most damage. For some reason, I always think of this thing more as an inadvertent tank than an actual carry. Yet it did very, very well. Again, a little bit of a lag spike coming on through. That is not on your end, that is on my end. Attack range and true sight. Ooh. Give that to you. Go to level 6. Now I need something to fill that role. Iriox might not be a terrible answer. Either with Vermilia. Oh, Vermilia. This would get me the 4 empath. It's not going to be diving in or anything by any means, but that's okay. I could just have the 4th air and the 4th empath. A little bit of a spike there for it as well. Of course, it packs a decent little punch too with that little Omega before it goes down. With my Riley having True Sight, I'm hoping that plus the attack range buff it now got from my Ranger is enough to at least not make it the pure focus of these backliners until the rest of the units can get there. So far, it's doing alright. Everybody's starting to try and swarm on top of that Lynx, but that's where all that healing is. It's really making that bunker tough to deal with. But there we go. We still got the Ranger. We still got the bird. The Thanksgiving Kukka is now on to the Ranger. That's exactly what we're looking for. So now to get the 4 shock, I just need Squeeze. And In terms of that, I probably want magic components. There's a flare walking right by me with one. I'm gonna have to really go downtown, try and find this. It's not going to happen. Just get me next in line, whatever it is. There we go. Couldn't get the magic component. I'll take the attack damage one instead. Going up against the lobby leader now, and hello, Squeeze. There we go. Sell those off. Currently level 7. Matter of, do I want to go for damage, or do I want to have the empath shielding? I think we're going to try damage. Squeeze themselves I'm not too concerned with, but it's more so the force shock that it provides. Let's see how this one goes. So we're going to see here in a second, it just deletes their carry before it even has a chance to pass its Omega. Oh, that was sick. And Riley's still alive too for a little bit. I'll probably keep the augments on him until Squeeze starts to evolve. But god, that was nasty. I'll take the Vermilia here as well. Yes, hello again, Stars. I see your drone looking at me. I see you. Goal still here, though, is to find that Kukaloos. Right now, it is Gustavo holding onto them, but they are near death's door. So now, Vermilia is here. Going to move my carries up a little bit. This is just going to be a case of sacrificial squeeze, I think. And I'm going to hope that this is the elimination below here for Gustavo. Because then those Kukkas will be back in the pool, and I can try to do one final roll here for them before going to the next level. Riley is going to end up falling here. Looks like most of my squad will end up falling, so unfortunate. There is a Quinks already here for Star Atlas as well. It's a Quinks for... Oh, they have that as well, and I do need Quinkses. The Revo would normally find a lot of its value with that Dust synergy, but because I don't have Quinks, it is really slowing it down. I'm near the bottom of the board still. And I don't have 6 air. I have 5 as soon as I can get this Verminio on the board. Gustavo did get eliminated. There's a Winx. There's another Winx. Please, Kukka. And it's a PvE round, so hopefully this gives us the influx of credits necessary to get the job done here. Support crates. Let's do the allies with shields, I suppose. Or on Omega. We can do that one. Okay. Resistances reduced by 50% or Omega damage increase. Let's try the reduction. I need to get Quinks on the board. Frick, I want that Kukulus though. Do one round of rolling. Not gonna find it, so this hurt. That hurt a lot. Attack damage. Percent health. On Omega. Do that portion. And then... Do I need... Oh no, I just need to level up. So 20 credits. As sad as I am, I might have to... I'll keep Kukka loose on the squad, but I might not be able to find Kukka. We'll see. Need these shocks to find some value. It was unfortunate that the squeeze went down before it had the chance to even cast, so that hurts. Yeah, because Riley ends up tanking, and it should not be the one tanking. It needs to be able to dodge. Who will end up falling again here? This will bring us to the 30s, I believe. Okay. Rogue Rift Striker. Not necessarily what I'm looking for. Attack speed would be a buff. I would like that. Tier 5s. I'm not really focusing on tier 5s, and Squiz is all-inning on that's kind of risky. I think just everybody getting the buff would be nice. How do I get all my squad on here? I think Lynx has to, unfortunately... Might have to actually, unfortunately, go here. Let you kind of be the kamikaze. Where is... Go here. Forgot to give them the tank augment, so unfortunate. Hopefully this is enough. I have dust now at least, so hopefully this can make things a little bit more irritating as soon as that Revo decides to charge on through. I get a dust cast, so there we go. Good little blinds, but again, the front line is tough to work with. I don't have much of one. And that is so different compared to my normal playstyle. We are getting swarmed. Maybe 2 more levels here. Or 2 more losses. Could be in for a world of hurt. Birds all over the board, but just can't get them on yet. The fact I'm still level 6 is hurting me pretty badly. Now, okay, now it's time to go. Alright, we're in there. You can now become the actual tank. Of course, now I'm going up against somebody who's completely loaded up with a penguin, so this is not going to be fun. Sacrificial squeezy. You go here, you go here, you go there. Keep you in the game as well. Sacrificial Rue. See if we can hang on here. We finally got 6 air. We finally got 4 shock. We have 4 empath, revenant, and fire. Can this take out a damn penguin? We'll see. It does not care about my 6 air. It has the true sight necessary to really deal with it. Come on, the Thanksgiving turkey is going to end up going down. Alright. No pressure, but gotta be perfect moving forward, it looks like. And how do I do that with a team that I am not familiar with? We'll try our best. One thing that would be pretty crazy if I could summon a squiz for me, but I don't think we're going to end up getting that. Okay. We do end up getting that. Pretty crazy, I'm not going to lie. You can't be a sacrifice anymore. I need you to stick around here for me. I think it's probably going to end up being you that ends up taking that kind of role. Try to spread out my damage. This is weird. I'm definitely not comfortable with it. Let's see how it goes. Octace is going to be focused down here by the Ace or the Arctace. The Kukka is trying to direct traffic. Here comes the ramp fight. It does a ton of damage. There's a lot of low health bars though. Can the shock? Can we get on a repeat? One shot, two shots. Please get the monkey. We did get the monkey. And we will live. Oh boy, we barely got in that one. Oh. Barely, barely, barely. Octius's damage is absolutely incredible, and I am going to stop sleeping on Tibiruko, because I think it's mostly due to the shock, but it is coming in clutch here for me. I get first pick, and I'm not even necessarily sure who I want, so I'm going to go for the door, get the magic component, or the Omega Cell, and maybe think about using it. I do inadvertently still have a Mystic. Is there something I could be doing better with my Ranger, I wonder? Could maybe do Templar. What am I with now? I am Templar right now, right? Oh, this would be Mystic. So I need an air. My airs are Shock and Shanner? Shock and Shanner. Okay. So I can have myself a little bunker-esque kind of style, which in fact I'm actually happy I took the reduced energy cost now. For the one unit. Closest for a buff. Okay, Ador's here as well. Let's buff this up. Super chick. Three closest allies gets buffed. Okay, you go here. You go here. You go with them as well. Winks, catch, Revo. I need yous here for messing with people with blinds. So let's see. The unintentional bunker comp did leave my Ranger exposed. Not good, but let's see. Can we turn this around? Octius goes down super quick as well. Do not think I played that correctly at all. Focused too much around the Enchanter buff, and I kind of walked into my own death, so absolutely deserved on that one. We're going to fall out early. We're going to fall out of the points. But this is why we do this. This is all meant for learning. If it costs me some rating, it is what it is. So at best here, I'm probably getting 5th, but I'm probably getting 6th, more than likely. And no, we are going to get 5th, so we actually didn't take that much damage. One more game reboots here. Just because I'm paranoid of crashes. Not that the game crashes often, but I'm just paranoid of it. Hope everybody's having a great morning or afternoon, God forbid, wherever you happen to be. Having a great day so far. Just loading on in. Chill in the basin here for a few minutes while I wait for it to load up. Excuse me. But yeah, game plan here for this week is going to be a similar one, I think, to last week with the exception of Friday. Since I was able to stream today, stream here on Monday, not going to have the stream Friday, I don't think. If I do end up competing in IPL again, I might just stream anyway, but I might not be competing. It was fun to do last week, but I'm not sure what the plans entail yet for the family. I'm going to quickly disappear here, just quick medicine break. Alright, sorry about that. We're back. Back and we're back in. Let's see, one more time. Can I... We had a pretty decent first game. Game 2, I kind of got stumbled up a little bit, but a lot of that was just due to inexperience, I do think. Can we get one more good little Kukka game here to close out the day? Would be pretty fun. Yeah, one more IPL 250. And then 1,500, 1,000, and what on earth are we playing? Legendary Augments. Right off the rip. Okay. It is time to make attack speed Kukka. I have a Kukka, and my Kukka attacks at Mach 10 speed. That is the plan. Is it going to be good? I don't know, but this is what I want to do. Whatever I end up having will end up being an absolute attack speed menace. Pick up the Valente since it would fit into getting me some quick air, which something I had a hard time with yesterday. Texan is in my lobby. Texan, I swear to God, if you take my turkeys, I am going to have to adjust. I'll be nice. Would not have been the first time that I've been stream sniped. It's just kind of funny. I mean it in fun. I don't mean it in frustration. Do something like this to give me a little bit of extra attack speed. They got the augment where the Void Cleaver, where it splits their auto attacks a bunch, hit a bunch of the other Illuvials. But I am very thankful to have found the legendary that I have. They do actually have a Kukka. I see it. I see it, Texan. I see what you're doing. It's just a lone Kukka. I'm just being... Okay, so we have the fire gauntlets. That's not bad. Can I find something for air? No, so I'm gonna have to play it safe and go for the fire. Let's see, Calyx. Level up the one, put the Dark Hollow Volante on the board. Do something like that for now. Oh, I got Slooper in my lobby too. Another fellow streamer. It looks like the squad's going to be able to clean up nicely. I love this Berserker's Fury, or Flurry. Attack speed, attack range. I did see that there was the water links available in the fighter form too, which is, trust me, it's so tempting. I am doing everything that I can to not just turn my brain off and go for lynxes. Even though that is my playstyle to a T. Bonus damage based on their attack. Good attack speed, I suppose. with the one little lynx. If it happens to come naturally, we'll go for it, but I'm not going to force the lynx like I would normally do. I did not move my Groko back in time to protect my lynx, though, so this round's going to suck a little bit, I think. That big ol' silence going to shut down my lynx from doing its triple chop of death. At least the first time. Second time around, it's going to get the job done. And yeah, we're going to end up dropping this. Giuliano. Take him out. Not too keen on the T-bows. It's literally sitting there right in front of me. I might as well. Okay, there are the roos. I could get them involved already. Add some additional firepower here, literally, to the comp now that it would have 3 fire. I like this for now. I do have a Lynx stage 2 now. It's going to be carrying my damage for now, but again, I'm going to try not to focus it unless it literally just follows or falls on my lap. I still need my first Kukka, which is annoying here. Aaron on through here. Texan's already got the tier 2, or the stage 2, the Kukaloose, so that's a little rough for me, not going to lie. It just might not end up being the main carry, but we'll make it work. I was gonna say, yeah, Texan, yeah, we're both fighting for Kukkas here, so this makes it a little bit rough. The nice thing here in this instance, though, you already have stage 2s. I don't have a single Kukka, so that's a-okay for you. You're sitting pretty in that regard. Me versus Slooper for the next round here, it looks like. Vermilia has that little work thing on it as well. That would be nice. Texan gets first pick between the two of us. And yep, sure enough, picking up the Winks. I will go for Vermilia. The attack damage augment is going to make it nice here for the Lynx. Oh, where's my Valente? There we go. Lots of Valentes coming on through here. Okay, let's get you completely cracked out. Let's give you a True Sight just in case. Let's give you attack speed. Make you an absolute crackhead. Let's make this up to level 5 where I can then get my... Do I have an empath? I don't have an empath. Let's get Valente on the board. Take you. You. Rota, yes, come play. Kukka, there you are. And because the way this is going, where I can tell that I'm gonna need some help early, might have to go fall back into an old flame of sorts. Not gonna let me click it for now, but I'll lock the shop so I get it. Yeah, Slooper just crushed me. This is... What were they even playing? 5 Bulwark already? Nice. Yeah, so this is actually really, really weird. Brew, there you are. Kukka, there you are. Winks, there you are. And Kukka is here. We can finally get rid of the Doka. Kukka has arrived. Shock Chanter has arrived. Let's replace Valente with Revo. And this will be the squad for now. Did I get that in time? No, I did not, but that's okay. And Rue. There you are. Yeah, I don't know if I was just not paying attention, but I felt like I got nothing in terms of Rise or Ruse in that one when I did my rolling. There's absolutely the possibility that I had massive human error. I just fixated on other things. But here's the comp that we're going for. See what we can do. Bird Rue Rye. See if we win this one and can get one interest. Can we get the Enchanter heals coming on through? Oh, we don't even necessarily need it. The Lynx is going to do as it pleases. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so thankfully, still sitting pretty healthy. The Lynx is the backup plan to at least hold me over before I get the team comp that I want is going to be quite nice. Try to build the best squad that I can at any given moment, I suppose, even if it's not necessarily optimal. Energy cost reduction, I would absolutely love that to continue with the Enchanter style. Last game was the first time I played Enchanter, and I really put myself into a hole with an awkward, like, semi-bunker kind of comp. Threw away the rounds kind of for me here. Rye is here. Oh, but I have way too many things that I want to build, but I honestly cannot right now. I'm not going to worry about Valente. One thing I am going to worry about is this song, because I do not like this. This is the only song I don't really like here in the playlist. Alright. Back at it. Now this is how I kind of want it to look like. This is beautiful. Nice little top-offs. My Lynx, for example, doesn't even have any built-in sustain. I don't have any Omnivamp. And I don't think I have any Omnivamp or anything inside any of those augments that I have on it. So that was all just keeping them topped off by Enchanter procs. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, Rogue Imprint, nah. Earth, nah. Attack speed, maybe. Regen. Let's go attack speed. That's what I've been doing for the most part here today, and it's been relatively successful. Okay, so Giuliano is testing me pretty badly, it looks like. They have Kukkas. Oh, they just happen to have a Rylu and just happen to have a Rue, so that's not terrible. Kalex does have Rylus as well. Is that something that they're pushing for? Or do they just happen to have them? Looks like they just happen to have them, so. Not like somebody's really stacking a ton of them on the bench. Synergy crate. Air, please. No, we did not get air, unfortunately. For best immediate effect, it would be to get myself Fighter. Put that on the Kukka loose, so that will also hypercharge my um, my links. There's a Rue. Maybe I can swap it. Roko, Claire. Pull the line that way. Hello, Kukka. Hello, Rai. Hello, Squeeze. Okay. And things become interesting. But I really have to lean on the links here to get the job done, because this is going to be problematic. How long can you stay next to the ranger? No, there's just too much damn damage on that side. Nicely done. Okay, so Squeeze showing up really puts a weird spot for the squad. Again, I have so much on my bench that I want to keep that I don't have space for anything else. Max speed stacking. I need one more level at the very minimum. You hide here, through with you. Then, please, join the party. An awkward position here so that the links can be quarterbacked by the Kukaloos. How this goes. Squeeze themselves is not going to be doing a ton of damage right now, but that's okay. I'm just here and happy because it has Shock now enabled on the field. And even then, my Squeeze is right next to my Ranger, so it is getting healed every single time that the Ranger fires off the Omega. And there we go. Yeah, my Lynx has True Sight exactly for that reason. That Ranger was actually in a very scary position to pop off. Thresholds I need to hit now. I am one away from 4 air. As a ambulance apparently is driving by. Out, I almost jumped. Okay. We've got Winds of Magic components, but they're not on the Illuvios that I necessarily want in this instance. Take the Winks. This gives me Quinks. So I actually have potential for a bigger power spike now. And then I have what I'll call the funny button, where I can just throw a rogue implant on anything that I want to. There's another shock. The Rue has arrived. That is... I pass up on... Just pass up on a tank, actually. Pass up on a tank. Kukaloos, you will be the tank, actually. This is how we're going to ball. We now have 4 air, 2 dust, 3 shock. We don't necessarily have a true tank, but Thanksgiving Turkey, the Kukka, is going to be the tank. Let's see how this goes. While the lightning rains around the entire squad, and the Kukka is furiously firing away here. That was beautiful. And let me pick up the flare too as well for later. There we go, we're cooking. Take a look at me as a whole. So Who's Giuliano's got Rylu's. Hale's got Rylu's. I heard the ding of a Twitch alert, however, I don't have Twitch alerts. Interesting. This position as it stands right now is actually not too bad. I do not mind this in the slightest. Poor little Kukka will get shredded rather quickly, but at least it did bring the tank line away from the Archelion. The charm kind of brought them right back, though, so that kind of sucks. But let's see if this true-sighted Lynx can get through Kale. It looks good so far. I still have my squeeze. I still have the Lynx at half health. We took out their healer. Just need a little bit more lightning to come on through, and we will get the job done. Alright. NPC rounds. It was unfortunate I couldn't get to the Winx that had the Bulwark augment on it, because then the next easy play would be to bring in Mammoth with the tank augment. And kind of let that hold the line here for me. Especially since we got Squiz early, being able to give it a little bit of extra firepower alongside the Ranger would be huge. Air by chance? You're not gonna get me air, are you? That is infuriating. Oh? But actually, we could change this up. Healing. I think we're gonna try it. Okay, so let's see. I need fire back now if I want to actually pull this off properly. I might adjust through, but we'll see. I'm gonna be one shock down. Actually going to level. Bring you here. Here's the Ranger. Shock Behemoth. 4 fighter. Including the Kukalus. And now next time I get the opportunity, or if I feel like I need it, 6 air could be on the table. I might just have to concede the fact so that I'm going to have Kukalus and Rylu instead of Riley. Went on the fringe too for maybe another potential fighter, like fighter buff 5 fighters. And then if I bring in... Oh, that might actually be cool to do. Go for the regen. How much do I need? I still need quite a ways, eh? Or this one. Don't want this shot. Let's try this. Let's see how it goes. I probably need to move that tank augment off of my Kukalus and move them back now. Lynx versus the Polar Bear, not necessarily a battle I see too often. We were doing pretty good until the shield started coming in. Are gonna end up losing our squad here. Thankfully, we're still rather healthy. Louise Begode coming in clutch there. And of course, that is the heads up. This is going to be the last game here for today. So I'll ride with this till the end and see how it goes. After that, we'll be closing up shortly. Do I have enough yet? Still not enough yet to really get what I want done. What do I get if I do this? There? Do I really want to just say F it to the links, maybe? Like all my damage, though. I really don't want to do that. Too slow on the move. That's unfortunate. I wanted the links to go on the left-hand side so it could help deal with the forest, but I started to make my move a little bit too late. Lynx is still swinging, still healthy, but it's going to find itself in like a 1v6 here in a minute. I mean, it attacks fast, but not faster than 6 units. Okay. Mammoth needs to come out here. This gives me the Scion buff once again, but this now does finalize 6 air here for me. So the full effect of the air synergy is now here in my hands, but out of the purchase yet. That is a fully loaded and nasty Umber right in my face. In fact, I'm going to lead the charge, and we are going to hit the funny button here on my squeeze as it dives over with the rest of my rogues. Try and stay away from Umber for as long as possible and also have the dust buff. Oh, Revo's right on top of it, though. It will end up falling. Might have been for naught. Where is that damn Umber? It's so low. Please, claw it. Oh, super doggo. Those nuts. Texans found the nasty doggy. He's just out here eating pizza. Or was that my drone? As I say, I don't think I have the pizza emote. Few things of interest here on this board. Squeeze is definitely one of them. Another one being Mammoth. I can try to get Biz first. Having Octius been a massive power spike every single time I've been able to get it. Let's see if we can make it happen. A flare is now available and online. We're tanking. Rip off the rogue augment so I don't accidentally send my squiz into oblivion. Physical attack damage? Oh. Energy damage. That's interesting. Okay, support crates again, are we? Okay, shielding, I suppose. I don't really have any shielding. Got the true sight already. We could do the attack speed one. Alright, we need to do this for the meme at least once here. Actually, no. Void Reactor, go on to you. Let's... You have a Omega Power attached to that, right? Yeah, there is. Let's give it to Squid. Then make you go over here. attack speed off of Omega's. Attack damage as energy damage. Let's run with this for now. Need some of these dust procs to kind of mess with Scariox if possible. Do not have a good front line even still. Look how fast I just got deleted. That hurt. Lots of low health bars in this game. I do not have a... Let's roll. See what we can snag. Mammoth by chance? We do get to Mammoth. Give you the fighter. Therefore, do this here. I think everything else is about as good as I could possibly get it. Let's see. Can we survive one more? There's lots of low health bars. This could guarantee us top 4 if we survive. Get onto that Riley immediately. Sure, I'm going to take a fleece shot, but I do not care. Come on down, Lynx. We need that, and we need your lightning. Foe is going to end up falling, but so is my front line once again. And we will end up falling. Yeah. Unfortunate. It was worth a shot. I will end up being... That's funny. What even happened? How? And that's frustrating. I mean, I'm happy I got 4th, don't get me wrong. No, I'm just trying really, really hard to not have a day of Lynx, because that's basically what I always do. But I know, for that last game anyway, Kukka kind of got overshadowed a little bit, but that's okay. We did well, we learned some things. First time trying 6 Air 4 Shock, or attempting it. That last game was a pure example of how rough it can be when you get contested. I'm just very, very thankful that I didn't sit there at level 5 any longer and keep rolling for Rise when 3 people had the Railu. That would have been rather problematic. That's for today. We'll be closing things up in there. Slayer is such a trap and you fell for it. Oh dear. Well, I mean, you had Umber. That thing was nasty. But I will admit, like, I hardly ever do see hardly ever see Slayer really being focused. I didn't see, was that like a multiple Slayer team composition there? They would have needed what? Umber. Actually, let me double check that even. I can't even remember because I don't see Slayer like at all. It's a Grilla thing, right? No, that's Predator. Where is Slayer? I know it's on Umber. Oh, it doesn't show me here, right? Predator 2, right? Yeah, that's Predator. Like, where is the Slayers? I'm like literally just pulling up the team builder to try and figure out like who you'd have to have the teammate with. It has to be with the gyro. And then the weapon. Okay. Oh, and oh, that's like super snowballing. I mean, that looks like it would be really, really fun, but no, it didn't work out. It does require getting that first initial elimination, I think, to really like start snowballing, and it is a rather high risk, high reward style, I suppose. Damn. I hate that it didn't work out for you there. Of course, again, for this week on Wednesday, we'll be back once again on stream. Not sure exactly the game plan. Might be a little bit of IPL recap, might be a little bit of gameplay, but it'll be more so of the standard here for my personal channel anyway. And then when it gets to the weekend, I do believe I will be casting once again for this IPL 250 coming up. So similar style to what we saw last weekend, you'll see me once again doing some casting. Hope y'all aren't getting bored of me, because you see me quite a lot now. I hope everything's still doing alright. But I'm still extremely thankful, of course, for these opportunities. Do not take them for granted. I am so happy to still be looked at so highly when it comes to the Illuvium community. Still having fun, still enjoying my time. There is still so much excitement brewing in Illuvium as well, of course. I never even touched on any sort of MMO leaks or anything like that today, but even then, or reveals, they're not leaks anymore, they're reveals, because they're intentionally being released. But Illuvium's showing a lot of promise for the MMO. Lots of good things cooking. And trust me, I enjoy the Illuvium arena, but you damn well know as soon as there's some sort of playable MMO version, I am not going to take it lightly. I'm going in, I will be trying to get endgame and going from there. I'm not going to brute force it. I want to be able to enjoy it. I want to be able to feel truly what the experience that they're going for actually is, but I'll absolutely be a part of that. And of course, I'll be a healer of some sort. Without further ado, gotta clean up. Got some Thanksgiving plans I gotta attend to. So, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you on Wednesday, same time, 10 o'clock Eastern. Have a great night, everybody. I should probably put the right screen on first.